Hello, my name is Kayla Warner, and I created an annotated text set of quality children's literature focusing on the IB curriculum theme of then and now, people and events of long ago, and how they help to shape our lives today. The first book is called We Are All Born Free by Amnesty International, and Amnesty International collaborated with 28 noted illustrators of children's literature from around the world to create this illustrated book of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights for young children. Their purpose is to promote the 30 rights that everyone deserves. This is a good way to introduce the text set because it introduces the 30 rights that we so-called have today to children and to talk about what it really means to be free with children. And then it gets it going for the rest of the texts that are going to be included in this text set, which is the next one is called Redbird Sings. It was adopted from Zakala Saz, or also known by her birth name Gertrude Simmons' original written accounts. Co-authors Gina Capaldi and Q.L. Pierce celebrate the life and achievements of the brave Native American. In 1884, 8-year-old Zakala Saw left her South Dakota Yankton Speaks Reservation to receive white man's superior education in Indiana, which later helped her as a successful Native American rights activist during her adult life. So, in the book of We Are All Born Free, it talks about some of the rights that people have despite their religion and where they come from, their gender, and it talks about how it's our job to make sure that we are making sure that not only we get to have the rights that we deserve, but also that all people have the rights that they deserve. So it's very call to action at the end. And then this book is about how this woman, Zakala Saw, or also known as Gertrude Simmons, did notice how her Native American people were not being treated right, and she spoke out about it and was an activist, and she eventually changed the way that the Native American people were treated. So that's how this one ties in with the first one, and that's something important to talk about with children, especially in today's diverse world, and making sure that everybody's treated fairly no matter what they believe in. The next book in my text set is called Locomotive by Brian Flacca. It was, all these books are award-winning books too. And this book was actually won a couple of different awards. It won the Caldecott Medal and the Robert F. Siebert Honor Book, right? And going back to the summer of 1869, experienced vicariously as a passenger on America's newest and quickest form of transportation, the locomotive. Tapping into the senses, Brian Flacca's award-winning book takes the reader on a trip heading west on America's first transcontinental railroad. So this book has a lot of really good information and also very good illustrations that are in multimodal with the text going along with what's happening in the story to help explain it. And I think this is a really good book to share with children and that they would really enjoy it. But it also goes back to the whole theme of then and now with how transportation has changed and why it changed and just how it affected everything that we know today and what it would be like if this didn't happen a long time ago. The next book in my text set is a poetry book, and it's called Hip Hop Speaks to Children, a celebration of poetry with a beat by Nikki Giovanni. She compiled a collection of 51 poems and songs to provide readers with a deeper understanding and respect for the rap and hip-hop culture today. The collection includes 51 poems and songs from diverse poets and artists from varying time eras. She also, like the other books, won an award for this. She won the National Parenting Publications Gold Award and the NAACP Image Award honoring people of color in the arts and individuals or groups promoting social justice through creativity. This book is really good to share with children. It has poems about Rosa Parks, and it also has a part about from Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech in this book, so it's very worth sharing with children and talking about freedom, just like the theme of then and now and people and events changing our lives today. And obviously those were two people who were very influential on the way that African Americans were treated a long time ago compared to today in the civil rights. And the last book in my text set is called Red Kite, Blue Kite, and it's by Ji-Ling Zhang. When Taishan and his father Baba are separated during China's Cultural Revolution, they are able to stay close by greeting one another every day and flying kites until Baba, like the kites, is free. So again, this talks about what does freedom mean, and it gives, I just want to read the first page of the text. It says, I love to fly kites, but not from the ground. My city is crowded and the streets are skinny. Baba and I fly our kites from the tippy top of our triangle roof. We are above but still under, neither here nor there. We are free, like the kites. So it's talking about freedom, and it's comparing it to the kites and how they are flying in the sky. So that's a good thing to talk about with children. This book is historical fiction, whereas the rest of them are pretty factual. So this is one that's a story about an event that happened in the past, but not necessarily the characters aren't real characters, but it's about the Cultural Revolution in China, and again, it talks about an event that changed the way the world is today, so it ties in with that theme. And that's all I have, and I just think that these are all really good books to share with children, and I really enjoyed reading all of them, and I think anybody would too.